அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். A very good morning to everybody. Today we are having a very important meeting on the state level committee of standardization. Basically, this is I welcome respected Chief Secretary with the chairperson for this meeting and all our colleagues from the Bureau of Industrial Standards and Government of India colleagues. Plus, I also represent the public representative and my official colleagues from the state government. Government attaches a lot of importance. We should meet at least twice a day, twice a year. And already Chief Secretary specifically instructed that the next meeting, I think last meeting was held, my predecessor was there. So without much ado, I request a brief introduction and quickly we can start the meeting. I welcome again the CC.
Sir, my name is USP Yadav. I am Deputy Director General. For others, for the sake of others who join this meeting, my name is USP Yadav. I am Deputy Director General of DIS of Southern Region. I am in charge of retired service.
I am G. Bhavani. I am a scientist E, Director and Head of Chennai Branch Office, Bureau of Indian Standards.
And then I am then from Bureau of Indian Standards, Madurai Branch Office. I am scientist staff and head. I represent 19 districts. Looking after management system education and director and looking after 5 states of the
Madhurita, I am from Chennai Branch Office, Bureau of Indian Standards. I am a scientist A from Assistant Director.
Good sir, I am Saravath, Joint Manager.
Building Special Secretary, Municipal Administration.
Good morning, sir. I am Lakshmamurthy, Special Secretary, Public Relations.
Good morning, sir. I am Manian Perumal. I am Plan Head, Madras Services Limited, SLC.
Good morning, sir. I am Deputy Secretary, Corporation.
Good morning, sir. I am Dr. Pratik Sharma, DD Food Safety.
Good morning, sir. I am Engineer Vasunta, Engineering Director of
Good morning, sir. I am PP John. I am AVP Ultratech Cement and a part of CMA, representing CMA.
Good morning, sir. I am Saroja, representing Citizen Consumer and Civic Action Group, a non-profit based in Chennai.
Good morning, sir. I am Bhaskar, Deputy Secretary, School Education Department. Good morning, sir. Director IRT, Rangana. Subayan MTR. Good morning, sir. Radharaman, Commissioner Civil Supply.
Good morning, sir. Chandrakala, Director. Pooja Kulkarni, Special Secretary, Industries.
Arun Roy, Secretary.
Director, Special Secretary, Finance.
Radhakrishnan, ACS, CFCP, Cooperation, Food and Consumer Protection. This basically comes from the consumer angle which we
Food, the member secretary of this committee, our relevant Deputy Director General, the members of this state level committee on standardization and quality systems, invitees, my dear colleagues from BIS, very good morning to all of you. We have made a PowerPoint presentation of the agenda. Some points were discussed during the last meeting. We will be discussing about the action taken on that and certain points where action is requested from the committee. The first one would be the standardization cell. Creation of this standardization cell will serve as a communication between the government, the industry and the Bureau of Indian Standards. So this is part of the standard national action plan of BIS, Government of India, which is Ministry of Commerce and Industry, where every state has to create a standardization cell. We have a lot of things, like a lot of departments to be a part of this standardization cell, because this will disseminate the information on standards which is available with Bureau of Indian Standards to the relevant departments. Also, vice versa, that is, whatever standardization is required being formed in some of the state governments. One example we would like to show you. This is for the state of Assam. contact between the industries. And the other members can be like, this is just a suggestion, the government of the committee can decide on who can be the members of the standardization cell. And the important role is whatever products are under mandatory certification, that information has to reach the relevant departments. And because these products are to be made with the ISI mark or the CRS mark. Otherwise, it will be a violation of the quality control order, and hence this particular cell will be in charge of all dissemination of information as well as, that is to and fro, to BIS and from BIS to the relevant stakeholders. And we have received some requests from the government of Tamil Nadu also. I'd like to quote the example of Tamil Nadu Medical Service Corporation when we had invited the then managing director of Tamil Nadu Medical Service Corporation. He had made a request for formulation of an Indian standard on logistics on procurement of drugs for storage, for distribution to the different medical hospitals, etc. So that has been accepted by our department. He had submitted to the BIS Chennai, we had forwarded to the technical department, which is functioning at headquarters. Actually, these standards are formulated by.
Similarly, one request that came from self-help group for ready-mix dosa, wet dosa, and that standard has already been published.
We had a program with the Tamil Nadu Women Development Corporation, wherein 51,000 self-help group women had participated across Tamil Nadu. And their major request was for creation of an Indian standard for idli mix and dosa mix. So this request was taken on a hands-on to how to take up the certification of those products.
Two issues I had. One on the last meeting. Okay. So one is the Consumer Affairs Department is overall coordinating this.
Yes.
Okay. And for standards industry, what happens now, quite a lot of things will come under water supply, quite a lot of them will come under mass department and all. So I have told Krishnan Satin and Sudet is a sent a representative today. So that will, who is best placed to coordinate, of course MSME secretary is also there. Last minutes it is mentioned that the state government felt that MSME could be the coordinating officer, but if they say Krishnan Satin is night. So if they want every other state industry is the coordinating person.
So you can rope in people from the other departments and as you please, whoever would be the chairman that you can decide.
Go by your decision.
So you can involve certain departments where a lot of new products are being developed. This is the EDI, because we had interaction with EDI because
I am worried about the ownership in the sense is done the consumer affairs. For the ownership, because what happens, there is a water supply department, there is a department in this one, that is transport department is there. And so who best would be the others?
other states are having industries.
Yes, this is secretary with the
Okay, I will ask them to. Okay.
Minutes related to the industry department.
Thank you.
So capacity building of state government officials, this was taken up during the last meeting and we've got excellent support, sir. We have already started the capacity building programs at the Anna Administrative Staff College, and the first training program for the RN officials was inaugurated by our respected Chief Secretary. After that, we have done 2-day sensitization program on Indian standards for the Public Works Department and Municipal Administration and Water Supply Department. And apart from this, sir, we have the Administrative Staff College also invites us for giving like one program was for the principals of government arts colleges. We had given 3 sessions, 3 programs on ISO 21001, which is on educational organization management systems.
So this basically you give the funding or is the
We give
department
the
we give the funding. If you can send an action whether you your thing, we will coordinate with the respective.
That is
members so
happening,
we
sir.
can-
In fact, Chief Secretary, it's now upcoming program is on May 16 and 17 for water resource
Yeah,
departments.
Saravana, what we can do is we can collect like because government when they review, we'll have to they take it directly, they write to Chief Secretary about the importance of this thing. So we can collect these things already has been done. அப்படிங்கிறத நம்ம பண்ணா we'll be able to அந்த suddenly when a video conference comes we'll have to give the data. You can collect whatever capacity buildings have been done. And the second request is if you can simply because if my own department I find that now some they are saying ISO 2001 thing, another thing ISO 2015. So what we have around we pushed for ISO certification and they are out of 35,000 ration shops and 5,000 odd ration shops are 15,784. So what is the best ISO? What is the relevant and also so that distilled information if it is now everybody is happy, but it should also reflect in reality. Because sometimes I find that Chennai airport is ISO, so everybody will look at the toilet and say, oh, what ISO it is that. So my ration shop is equally, some are bad. So they shouldn't get an ISO certificate according to me. So they say that quite a thing is online and also that I want to sensitize our department that this is the best, in independent certification of the standards, like that we will do. So that also in the capacity building minutes. So how best we can make the concept easily understandable at the cutting edge start. So respectively for the other department. Similarly, the last thing is the storage of grades. Do we have standards?
Yes.
That also you can, our department
Yes.
can interact with you and they will develop on that. Other capacity building.
Honorable sir had instructed us to organize the program and then inform the parents that this state we have organized the program. Coordinate is ours. And where is ours.
Yes, we will utilize it because now one program I attended is a major program. So other involved before the next 6 months meeting, if we can, whether our cutting edge people are aware and they are implementing the standard. That is from the state empowered company to another next level of basic various related trainings. We can even once call our both ministers and make them. Similarly for other departments.
Yes.
So this we are telling, even the management systems, we are telling for RV, we told about the conformity assistance scheme and food safety management, and then for this public works department, we told them about the ready mix concrete, which they welcome like anything. And we also talk about the standardization portal, how these people can participate in the standardization activity also. So these are the things, and it's a 2-day course, and we give them certificate also.
And development is a very important development. Central Electricity Authority has made mandatory for certain provisions of the National Electrical Code to be implemented in all states, especially the electrical installation testing and especially the buildings which are more height than 15 meters. So this code is for mainly for the electrical safety and energy consumption. So we are ready to train all the electrical inspectors on this aspect in Institute of Management, and we want the committee to give direction National Electrical Code for the safety and security of the citizens of the country.
What we can do, I think PNB is not for the technical thing about this. We minute this, this will be given, we get the remarks of PNB, suddenly something we.
State inspectorates, electrical
Chief electoral
inspectorates.
inspector is the controlling officer will give, but no, mechanically the agreement suppose it is not implemented. What are the challenges and what is the time frame for ensuring new things? Definitely, according to common sense, retrofitting aspect of the existing whatever they have done. What are the issues? We will ask them and.
Yes, sir, we can start with the capacity building training of the inspector.
Fine.
This is in the draft stage, sir, but very soon it will be
Fine.
made mandatory. So Tamil Nadu government also can implement this?
Sarvana, minutes capacity building on this we can do. We can circulate these things to Chief Electoral Inspector and Secretary Energy for their marks in consultation with the teams.
And online training for that.
Training aspect definitely there is no issue.
Central Electricity Authority is mandated for all the states.
The entire I'm sure you know.
Sir,
Electrical safety.
So,
Electrical safety.
the fittings and what standards are to be made?
Like lighting is the standard. What should be the specification of the wire.
Construction department also have to come.
The minutes portal, we work with you on the minutes, like saying industry side, we like all the chief electoral inspectors technically overall certification and a controlling officer, but all the departments where these installations are there, we will address them.
this is similar to your National Building Code of India. This is National Electrical Code. Sir, Tamil Nadu government has come out with the electric vehicle policy, which is, it's a laudable thing. And BIS has formulated 14 Indian standards. Like 17017, we have a lot of parts. And again, we would like to sensitize and do the capacity building of the relevant departments. We would like to be a part of the capacity building for all these Indian standards.
These are very important for the safety aspects of the electrical charging, the stations.
And again, sir, the M-SAN policy, as you all know, the M-SAN and crushed sand are the important construction products next to cement and steel. And we actually are very happy that the government of Tamil Nadu has again come out with the Tamil Nadu M-SAN policy, wherein BIS certification has been made mandatory for the manufacturers of M-SAN and CSN. So as a proactive measure, we are planning to conduct a half-a-day program on how to equip themselves with infrastructure for manufacturers, for testing, for all the manufacturers who have got registered with Public Works Department. And in fact, we have already talked to the Commissioner of Mining and Geology, Mr. Jayakanthan IAS, who has also consented to be the chief guest for this program. And this program was to be held in May, but sir had gone for some elections or something. So we are just waiting, and we would be roping in Public Works Department, the Water Resources Department, and the Police Housing Corporation, who are actually, in fact, M-SAN, so many people have started coming and enquiring us. We will tell them what manufacturing facilities they should have, what testing facilities, how to apply for BIS license, and what labs they can go and test. All these things we will be sensitizing them.
Yes. Then we have the guideline to IS number or something like that for
Yes, sir. There are 3 standards which are covering this M-SAN, which is IS 383, which is for cores and fine aggregates.
That is for finance.
Indian
That is
standard.
for finance.
No,
No, that is for the entire standard. There are so many requirements in that standard.
There are many parameters.
Many parameters are there. We will be talking about that Indian standard. We will be explaining that standard threadbare for all the manufacturers. Finance is not the only parameter. There are so many parameters which are specified in that standard.
Requesting in manufacturing aspects. In the manufacturing industry itself, the quality should be assured.
Yes, that is so.
After that, we will come to the field, we will test it through analysis for the
The
analysis.
standard,
That's already there.
that is already there. The M-SAN will get ISA mark.
Yeah, it is there.
Once the ISA mark is there on the product, it means it has met all the parameters of manufacture testing. All are actually met. It will conform to the relevant Indian standard for 383, which is for cores and fine aggregates, and sand for plastic will be for IS 154 for all. For piped drinking water supply management systems, so here that we have already discussed this during the last meeting. We have CMW, SSB, and we have given them one set of training also. We just again want them to go for this certification.
And this implementation.
Some communication there for he is supposed to join. I think it's joint venture. So as suppose we are following.
10,500 is for the portable
For the
water
portable
supply, sir.
water.
This is for the products, sir. This is for the system, entire system. Yes.
That will take steps towards home show.
So from your end, what do you want from them to know? How easy?
They have to apply for this.
They have to implement the system.
Huh.
And if they find anything difficulty implementing, we want to will be there to handle it. But
What you do now, you take this, the suggestions to your board. And see, I always feel that now you have to examine it in 360 degrees, 360 degrees. So what are the challenges, in those challenges we can get back to them, they will give suggestion. Whichever is implementable, we can decide to take it forward in consultation with our ACS, who is in Salem, otherwise.
this is not a mandatory, this is for the improvement of the system, and if you find it is useful, we can always do that.
We will just tell you in nutshell what it is about.
So, this standard, if it is, it is the main objective of the standard is to that the citizen or whosoever is applying for getting the pipe drinking water, that water should conform to IS 10500, and they get the tasted water, and there should be the requirement of the efficient water supply to avoid contamination and wastage of treated water. The system, the standard has the parameter which restricts you to for any prevents any contamination and wastage of treated water. And it is a management system, so it involves the top management's involvement to the lowest level of your employee to ensure that. And from the election point to the delivery point, all the hazards and risks.
The minutes could perhaps be that, once in 6 months, the CS meeting for. But I think the respective, since I find from the deliberations itself that directly you have been also interacting and you have also had this capacity building and all. So the respective departments can also, wherever it is applicable, but Nama ration kadala ASO to So all that probably, as I mentioned, whichever is the industries department, name it as a model department, we can collect the reports, copy mark to this, so that the next meeting we will also tell them these things. Already they have captured it. In addition, we can do. Wherever it is relevant, future is going to be for standards only. So obviously we will have to slowly move along. If it involves any financial this thing, we will have to consult the finance department and look at the scale. Is it desirable or is it a mandatory? Suppose it becomes mandatory, then what is the challenge? Why I am giving this is in my previous health thing, biomedical based and all, a lot of things came as mandatory. Then it became a huge investment of 400-500 crores, which we could not do. Biomedical based, particularly the liquid waste management, had to be through ETP. So that we will have to examine it in 360 degree. That doesn't mean how to achieve the standards, which is the goal for the consumer, by balancing all these things, and what is the time frame. One is they are starting with capacity building, but in a long term, every department, for example, EV policy, those they have to do. Similarly, electricity, obviously safety is a very important thing. Nothing we can say that it is not important. So that way we will work on it.
So this is the ready-mix concrete process certification. So this is, as you all know, this ready-mix concrete is being used extensively by the government departments, particularly Public Works Department, Water Resources Department, and the Police Housing Corporation, and Rural Development Department also. So this we had actually sensitized the Public Works Department during our two-day training at an administrative staff college. And we already have registered so many, recognized certain manufacturers for this process certification. What we request from the committee is that the departments who are procuring this RMC should insist on BIS certified ready mix concrete. It will be a great boon for them, because if a low quality ready mix concrete is used in the system, used in the construction, it will play havoc. It will create hollowness in the structure, and so this particular process certification takes care of all the requirements, right from the raw material to the final product. So this was discussed during the last meeting.
money will go in waste because concrete once
உங்களுக்கு அந்த மாதிரி நாங்க அப்படி கொடுத்தோம்னா அப்புறம் ஏதாவது டெண்டர் பண்ணிட்டு 4 பேருக்கு மட்டும் தான் சர்டிபிகேட் இருக்கு, அவருக்கு மட்டும் தான் போகணும், அந்த மாதிரி வந்துடாது இல்லையா? அதெல்லாம் எக்ஸாமின் பண்ணி கொஞ்சம் நீங்க கெட் பேக் டு அஸ் அட் த டைம் ஆஃப் மினிட்டிங். Get the every event's common house now they use ready mix concrete. What they say is common sense. But suppose we say only that person has to do, then we say only 3 people have this BIS certification. You have enough of certificate people there.
Sir, the moment you start insisting in tender, people will surely come and take the certification also.
now around 10 people are
7,
10.
10. No, since construction is such a huge industry, we shouldn't give an unfair advantage to 10 people, because I find all our tendering is they manipulate by ensuring that only very few people have all the POS tender. So maximum I get 3 people. Remaining 3 people do not get qualified for various reasons. So that balancing we will have to do. So you want examine it. It's a very important thing. Because இப்போ நம்மளே அந்த 39 கூட நான் வர வழியில் பார்த்தோம்னா ஒரு பில்டிங் அந்த வெளியில இருக்கிற இதெல்லாம் விழுந்துருந்தது பீச் ரோட்ல நியூ பில்டிங், but it's just a layer, but it gives an impression that it's of a poor quality, whereas the actual building is not of poor quality. So இதெல்லாம் who is to do, who has to set the standards? King Institute நாங்க பார்த்தோம்னா திரும்ப பார்த்தா இது உருவி வருது. Building is good, but for seeing it looks very dangerous. So KP பார்க்கணும் நம்ம பார்த்துருக்கோம் இல்லையா? So it is in our interest and the interest of the builder for him also. I find all the good fellows, PSK, very யார் இருக்காங்க, if we tell them their theory is, they will automatically get the ready mix concrete certification.
How long does it take for the contractor to apply for fresh?
10 days maximum.
10 days நீங்க கொஞ்சம் என்கரேஜ் பண்ணலாங்க. நம்ம எல்லாருக்குமே நல்லதுதான். ஏன்னா இப்ப நிறைய பில்டிங் நாங்க இந்த இத பார்த்தனாக்க
provided they have the quality.
10 days in there.
No, it's important because Madurai from the KLCC office built 15 years is suddenly sunk in. So if Madurai government through finance department has given, so if we tell it in advance, it will be good for the system. Okay, so we will definitely circulate your minutes, but please bring it to them, because today I find that ACS Mass is in Salem, industry secretary was kind enough to send Madam has come at the last minute, but all of us need to understand that these are like அந்த மாதிரி நம்மளாம் கையெழுத்து போட்டு இந்த நீட் மாதிரி கையெழுத்து போட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் ஏப்பா போட்டேன் அப்படின்னு வந்துடக்கூடாது. Involve your secretaries, look at the logistics, encourage people to apply, ensure that more people have this thing, everybody will get it. It's not a big deal for them to apply and ensure that the standards are done. Okay? We'll ensure.
Yes. So we also got that storage standard, Indian standard you asked for storage of drinks. That is also available. I just shared it on. So next is the implementation of management system certification schemes. Here I'd like to stress one thing, sir. Bureau of Indian Standards is the only national standards body as per the BIS Act 2016. We have about 70 different types of management system schemes, which is the most famous one is the Quality Management Systems ISO 9000 and Environmental Management System 14000 and Occupational Health and Safety Management Systems, Energy Management Systems and Food Safety Management Systems. Many times, so we are also into educating sensitizing the district level officers, that is through the collectorates. In Tamil Nadu, except Tanjavur, all the district collectorates have been, one round of training has been given to all the departments. For 49 departments from each district has been trained by Bureau of Indian Standards officials. And many a time we see that the district collector evinces a lot of interest in ISO certification. To quote a few examples, the erstwhile collector of Tirupatur district collector wanted to get the ISO 9000 certificate. And even the Vilupuram collector also wanted, but later on, once they get shifted, it doesn't.
Is there only one comment which I think most of my colleagues will see, unfortunately, we miss out that administration involves soft skills. I am directly dealing with ISO certification of ration shops. Beginning a nalla kadaikku vandu, it should also be visually appealing, it should also be and handling skills are there. Suppose if we go to a government office where ultimately the soft skill is missing, even if you put, because don't call the town has to be that, in the Chennai Airport ISO 9002, it's a toilet will be smelling. So we need to focus on soft skill, that is incorporated in our quality management system.
It is there, sir. Only problem is that the implementing agency and certification agency. ISO 9000.
And it should show, that is a grievance redressal, it should be handled. Because ultimately it is not the ambience of office, ultimately the service for which the office is there, is it delivering or not? So if you look at health department, many times we will have to intervene. One not yet if you call it saying you give all the necessary certification, they'll say 8 minutes, 12 minutes. In reality it doesn't happen. So if we incur, because now slowly everything is, I find the biggest bad is everything electronic. See no improvement. To be very frank, Secretariat, zero improvement. In fact, regular file is, if something goes on e-file, it doesn't come. For the sake of a routine file of the leave sanction, that comes. But policy decision doesn't work out. So instead of being a slave of the certification, if we can make the certification system modified in such a way that it also addresses these things. For example, ரொம்ப சிம்பிளா நான் சொல்றேங்க, plan நம்ம எவ்வளவோ review பண்றோம், if we make a review that how many plans have been approved, that should be only reviewed, not the process of the plan. So if we can, if you work with individual departments and if you are able to show service improvement, it will be accepted greater in a bigger way.
Sir, that is the problem. Many of the certification bodies, this ISO certification body is given by more than 300 bodies, right from BIS, which is endowed by the Parliament, to a roadside agency who doesn't have even an office, and they give you online same day with 999 rupees. You see many advertisement in Facebook, LinkedIn, everywhere. Same day online you will get the certificate. You can imagine what the quality of certification. That means they will not see anything. Just you will ask your company name and send you the certificate. Those certifications are bound to be like that what you expect.
My suggestion is we should incorporate monitoring of the soft skills system.
It is there, sir.
And that should be a lower level.
Most of the defense establishments have taken this certification from BIS. The system is doing well.
Creation of standards clubs, sir. Standards clubs in schools and colleges we are doing, and the main purpose is to kindle the scientific temper of students.
School education கொஞ்சம் நம்ம இது எல்லாமே அந்த விழிப்புணர்வு யாருமே தெரிய மாட்டேங்குது. சும்மா சில பேர் மட்டும்தான் இந்த கன்சூமர் கோர்பரேட் மை திசிங் போட் that is whatever distribution is just in. So I feel அதெல்லாம் நம்ம இல்லைன்னா again பண்ணி ensure that it is done. And today the 12th class result is there, so madam told me that madam secretary has not come, but
Sir, we are getting good support from the education department. The secretary education department had raised our mentors training program as a chief guest, and even the joint director had once come, and they have written to all the chief education officers, and in turn they have told the schools. And sir, one thing which the schools will be getting benefit is we give them a grant of 50,000 for lab equipments. And apart from this, they have to conduct minimum 3 activities from 10,000 to 20,000, depending upon the number of members who are in the standards club. BIS gives a funding for 10,000 to 20,000 per activity. Apart from this, we organize exposure visits for the students to all the industries where they get an exposure on from the raw material till the final product, what is the manufacture. And we have from this year onwards, we will be giving them a grant also 50,000 for the laboratory equipments. Apart from the school can tell what equipment they have for their laboratory.
We have a standard list and they have to just select these are the things we want.
And government, this is applicable for government schools and engineering colleges also are there, many government colleges also there. And we have a training program for the mentors. Mentors are nothing but the teachers, a science teacher which the school will nominate. And we organize 2-day training program for these mentors for them to, from the place to the place where we are conducting training. That transport is borne by us, stay is borne by us, and we are facing little difficulty in the southern districts for training as well as the standard clubs.
Only thing being asked, whether it is distributed across the state, applicably if you can interact as a state level, and what we are really appreciative of this effort. The state level committee will be, so since your madam is also regularly in touch, if we can take it forward, link with them and say how many experts, it will be very useful.
This year another 250, right?
750 sir, this year the target is 750, we have already 374. We have a huge target of 750, so we look forward for continued support from the education department in this regard, not only for creation of standards clubs but also for deputing the mentors for training. It's a 2-day program, the entire cost right from the point till we have conducted 7 mentor training programs facilitating their place. We have conducted one in Vidutram, one in Velu, one in Pondicherry grounds. The safety things which we have to have in the playgrounds for schools and education institutions. In fact, we had done a program on this and we had invited the CEOs. We had given the one mail to the education department. They had also circulated to the other CEOs and many of them participated.
One thing that you can do is, we may not be able to make every institution as per the standards prescribed by BIS. It may be difficult. But what you can do is, you can identify the schools which have got the standards and give them some special recognition. So that would be a kind of motivation. Both in terms of, you can discuss with the secretary, I will also discuss. Even the private schools which have got the particular standards can be prescribed some kind of standard. If that standard is, it's a standardized school means the others will also start emulating it. That will be done by the education department. It is possible also. Government schools also you start ascertaining the actual facilities there and that. If the prescriptions are there, then you can give them some special recognition.
Government has the power to make certain products mandatory, that is, to produce those products only with BIS certification. And the considerations for this are safety, security of the human life, plant life, animal life, protection of the environment. So now recently, lot of quality control orders have been released. So the standardization cell will have an effective role to play here to see that these standards are, the relevant departments will quote the relevant Indian standards for such products. Because it's very important, otherwise it will be a violation of the quality control orders. So some QCOs which...
But one thing I must tell the officials from BAS, after the last meeting, we have infused some sense of standardization in almost all the departments. Large number of training programs have been held. Now, Anna Administrative Staff College is organizing special training programs for the engineers also. We are doing it systematically and well, next week they are going to have a training program. So we are trying to inculcate the importance of standardization in the inventories that are being used by the engineering departments. they are doing it at the district level also. So every department, whether it is health department or agriculture engineering department, every department which deals with certain amount of machinery or technical inputs can certainly have a training program, and that will make them aware of the standards that are prescribed by PAS, and they can prescribe them for the inventories that are being used by the particular department. For example, God means what grade of pipes are to be used, so that they will not break. You know what I would.
Sir, I was requesting another question, sir, also regarding this, that Central Electricity Authority has made certain provisions of National Electrical Code recently published as mandatory to be implemented in all property safety of the citizen. So I requested them to inform or give directions to the electrical inspector department so that we can train their engineers on this subject. So that it is easy for them.
Capacity building through, and again, suggestion from this side was not only electric, chief electric, but all the departments which are under construction can also be part of the training.
That can be coordinated with the ACL. See, you can give the illustrative list. It is not possible for the exhaustive list, but definitely we give the illustrative list. So you can use it, use the list, and you can circulate the instructions to the departments concerned. And they can also use this as a tool for training the people. So training can be done by VAS. It may be 1 day training or 2 days training, whatever it is. We have the administrative staff college for providing the training program. Similarly, I would rather say that even MSME sector can utilize this for training the industries in SIPCO. Some of the people can come here. See, ultimately, standards should be there everywhere.
Yes. Isn't that working with
We are partnering with VAS. We are making the VAS curriculum as integral part of the EDP trainings. And apart from that, all the colleges that we have in our book, their entrepreneurship cells can be.
It's a long way to go.
Yes.
So we cannot be complacent. It's a long way to go, and it's a continuous process also. It's not a one-time process. For example, how many people have been trained in it, many of them would have got retired. So some of them would have got transferred. So it's a continuous process.
October, it goes to June, July, August and October. So these products have to be necessarily told to the departments. In one case, we have a mechanism to scrutinize the tenders. We found in one particular tender, we found that the RO plant that was quoted without the Indian standard and which is now considered to be coming under mandatory certification. So such information has to be disseminated to the relevant departments so that while quoting the tender itself, they will be giving and
No, that's what I'm saying. See, this is actually sometimes it may be because of the ignorance. So you can specify the standards that are essential for various components, and that could be given that could be sent to ACS here from CP. He will take the responsibility to send it across to the infrastructure departments, including the corporation as well as municipalities, all these departments, which are involved in providing the infrastructure.
Sir, we have a broad category of standard which is applicable to which minister, like agriculture ministry, which are the relevant standards are there. PWD, which are the relevant standards are there. Fishery, what are the relevant standards are there. Road transport, what are the relevant standards are there. We have a list and we share to the relevant standards. We go there, audit there.
So they are the scientists. They are all scientists. They are not.
We go there, test there, take their sample, test it here.
what rules apply for who have taken VI certification from us?
So for food products, food certification is required, VI certification as well as an FSSAI. So
FSSI is not a certification body, that is the regulatory body, that is licensed body. And under FSSI Act, certain food products have been made under mandatory BIS.
Whether this is, you see, the contents are certified by BAS, the process is certified by FSSI. Even if the contents are good, you can prepare in an analytical way, by which it may affect the health of the individual. Yes, we can go to the next.
During the first training program, we have sensitized all the RN officials and we have received so far 22 applications and we are in various stages of process. And this is a certification which
Have you got
encompasses.
any unit certified by BAS in ISO standards?
We are following all the units are certified by IS standards, sir. Only in ISO through BAS system, 6 units so far, sir. For CAS, after the new launch of CAS, after the last meeting, we made a series of meetings with the BAS officials, and we applied, sir. Online total application was over for 22 units. Out of 22 units, we got a list of inspecting officers for 17. The balance units, I think NDDB officials list need to be received from NDDB. After the joint inspection, they will issue the certifications. We are in the process of 22 applications we have already made through online portal.
So what is the stage of this?
They are ready, Pudukottai at Tanjavur.
11th,
We are planning next week.
Something if you give, they will get motivated.
No, definitely.
Okay, because when the other units will fall in line.
Pudukottai and Tanjavur partners.
Don't keep it waiting for a long time. Okay, if given the certificate, it is meeting itself. That is the space with which we are expected to work. Yes.
Sir, even the support of the this committee to give directions to ALIM for infrastructure development also is required, sir, in some cases, so that they will meet the requirements of the Indian standard. This we have just now, sir, had told us. Sir, this is one scheme, this is the youngest scheme of BIS, compulsory registration scheme. This is given for the safety requirements. Many procurements are being made on these products by the government departments. We would like to inform that they have to insist on this CRS certification, and particularly laptops, LED lamps. Can we have the list of products, broadly a list of products? This is the mark, sir, and this can be checked with the BIS CAD app, which is an app which can be downloaded from the Play Store or the App Store. While buying itself, they can check whether the product has got genuine certification and is valid also as of now, and also check the models which are included in that. We have mobile phones, tablets, printers and scanners, all kinds of TVs. This we sees a lot of LED lamps, floodlights which are being procured. And recently, some chemicals are also included in the CRS, and even the cotton bales, which is in the textile sector. This is the latest inclusions. Made mandatory from 1st January 2021 onwards, and any department which is making a procurement shall necessarily insist on ISI marked toy, and we have conducted umpteen number of raids in Chennai also, at Chennai, Madurai and Coimbatore for violation of these. So these are the upcoming mandatory products which will be coming in the future, particularly the footwear sector. And for helmets, which is already under mandatory certification, yes, the manufacturers are obtaining the certification. Only thing is just the government department, the police department can give directions to the traffic police whether the ISI marked helmets are being used. So with regard to that, this can be, the direction can be given to the police department to sensitize the traffic.
That cannot be given because the person who has the head has to decide which helmet is to which one can protect his scalp properly. Extra be decided by the police.
If his head is of quality, he will wear the quality.
For some domestic products also, I think IS is compulsory for pressure cooker and gas stove and other things. And helmets, for example, why are non-standard products available in the market? This is a question, sir. And should we be doing a market surveillance to understand how the market is? And if some kind of action should be taken in that direction to ensure that only safe products are available for consumers.
Madam, we have a very robust system of market surveillance, not only for ISI marked products, we also have for non-ISI marked. During this surveillance, we identify such manufacturers, we conduct raids on them, and recently we have done about 13 raids on stainless steel pipes which are under mandatory certification and have they have been sold with an ISI mark which are not theirs. So such action is happening regularly, not only for pressure cookers, for various products we have been doing, and we are giving a lot of publicity for that also.
This is the other challenge for consumers. We might have ISI, but it might not be.
Yeah, for that only we are giving a lot of awareness of this BIS CAB app. We have a project called Quality Connect, where we have App Store or Play Store, and you can verify the license number, and the recent one is the HUID. Hallmarking has been made mandatory in about 288 districts, and in Tamil Nadu 26 districts out of 38 districts. In these districts, it means that any jeweler who sells a jewellery has to have a hallmark. And from 1st April 2023 onwards, the HUID has been made mandatory.
But for a specific question, that why the products which are not certified ISI are also sold in the market? What is your
Yes, certification mark is voluntary.
That's what I say. If you want to select a good product, you can select the ISI mark. Not everyone will be having the wherewithals to go for ISI mark. This world is heterogeneous. Sometimes people, underprivileged people, they buy something very cheaper. Though they may know that it is only for a shorter period, they will buy it. And you cannot prevent it in a society where 40% of the people are below poverty line.
So, some of the product government, just a minute, to add what
Yes.
GI certification marks is primarily a voluntary certification mark. The government decides, central government decides based on health, safety and environment, and sometime to stop cheap quality of imports, make some products under broad scale, make some products mandatory as GI certification. So these QCOs are based on that health, safety and environment, health, safety of the citizen and environment of the country. So those products will be mandatory, I said.
Health, particularly related to medical instruments, then consumables, we should insist them also.
And other products are voluntary. Now the choice is left to the consumer. What quality of product he wants. Like sir has already informed that there are different stratas of people. Quality has a cost. They all might not get the money to buy a high quality product.
That is understood, sir, but there are two as you would mention, mandatory and voluntary. Voluntary part I understand, there is a payment, there is a cost, and it is not compulsory. But there are products where ISI standards are mandated. For example, pressure cooker. I'm sure you are aware that the Ministry of Consumer Affairs had taken action recently against Amazon for selling non-standard products on their platform. Pressure cookers on their platform actually, it is in the code. the matters in the book. So, when we say mandatory, we mean that it has to be.
So what she says is that there are certain products which we should earmark as mandatory, and non-standard articles should not be allowed to be produced at all. And it is going to be
So that,
pressure cooker suddenly it bursts. Even with the ISI standard also it bursts. Sometimes it's not that. Don't look at me like this. It happens. It happens at times. You cannot put ISI give 10% guarantee for any product. You cannot give. It is not possible. Maybe 95%, 90%, not more than that. So it happens, but the chances are less. But in those kinds of items which will cost dear to the life of the people, we can make it mandatory. That is a question that she asked.
so in that direction only lot of raids are taking place, sir. Toys, in fact, we have raided electrodes.
There are two things. One is that, see, we understand one thing, that even if they make mandatory, some spurious things will come in the market being sold at a less rate, and they cannot be omnipresent. Though they may be omniscient, so they cannot be omnipresent. But it always happens that we should sensitize the consumers also. We should make them aware that these are all the items in which you should go for standard products, otherwise it may cost you a life. That should also be simultaneously done.
So that is that rate, sir, which is ISI toys which were not marked with ISI. So we have conducted raid on at the airport and big outlets also. So this evoked a lot of awareness. We publicized this like anything, and we have after that we have granted so many people 10 licenses for those units.
In case of products where ISI is mandated, it is being sold. Who has the enforcement authority? Only BAS or state agencies also are under?
No, the quality control order clearly defines who is the authority, the nodal authority.
A lot of cases, DIC.
DIC has in 3 cases.
Yeah, only three.
So it depends on the QC.
Yes.
For example, in toys or helmets. Helmets in case who has authority only here.
BIS. BIS only, we can just.
See, one thing what we can do, Arun, that is for helmets and all, whichever unit is manufacturing it, standards of the ISI, the BAS. Then we should also create awareness that they should go for the ISI helmets, otherwise when they meet with an accident, it may cause separation. So both the things are to be done. Health department should also try to do that, hospitals should try to do that, then police department should also do it. Along with that, the units that are manufacturing helmet in Tamil Nadu, they should also be sensitized on this issue.
The one point is important matters of ethics, say for helmet, where the BAS has already made mandatory. The enforcement powers should be more broad-based. Should not be confined to BAS. Should be given to state agencies also.
But they are ready to give. If they are ready to give, only thing is,
In fact,
we should have a part. They want to pass on the information to us, and they want us to enforce it in all the government departments where construction is taking place, where provision of infrastructure is being taking place and all. We should also be proactive. And there should be a kind of partnership between BAS and government of Tamil Nadu to ensure this things take place. It cannot be done overnight, but I can tell you in the past 1 year, lot of improvements have been done.
In fact, sir, we
Though they do not acknowledge.
No, sir, we
certainly not.
In fact, sir, our DG, Mr. Prabal Kumar Tiwari has told in many
Forums.
many forums, including the meeting of secretary. The Tamil Nadu is one of the states where the standards and quality are best implemented.
He had a meeting.
No other state has implemented quality and standard as Tamil Nadu. He has informed
The role of ACS, CF and CP is quite high because the consumer awareness, you should hold a lot of meetings, you should hold conferences, call the people, consumer forums in the district, and impress upon them the need for these mandatory ISI things, mandatory items with ISI.
So in a big meeting where the all district collectors of the entire country around 500 district collectors and the consumer affairs secretaries, our DG had openly told that concrete decisions have been taken by the government of Tamil Nadu. We fully acknowledge that, sir.
I was just joking, because it was getting too boring.
So we are in the process of delegating the power to district administration. If it happens.
Yeah, they should delegate and we should dedicate. Nobody should abdicate.
And one, which will give them some benefits. So we got a reply from the IRT telling that, and we told that we want some nodal officers to be mentioned so that we can interact with them. So that has happened to that level, and today also we had a discussion on that. So this is something new, sir. This Tamil Nadu can take up this, and it will boost the image of the organization also.
Road traffic safety, I think we should have a meeting with the home department.
So we need to procure BA certified products if available. There was a query that was raised with the finance department, and we have clarified it also. Again, we would like to stress that these standards will level the playing field. Once so many manufacturers are there and they adhere to the relevant standards and they take up the certification by which they get the ISI mark, the quality, whether the manufacturer is a large scale unit or a medium scale unit or a micro scale unit, with respect to quality, they will be on a level playing field. And after that, it will be only the cost which will be deciding, and certainly the standards will play a major role in leveling the playing field. This is what we just wanted to tell, sir, and we need to know any updates whether that has been amended.
We will ascertain and whatever, AS certified products are available, they should go for it. Automatically you are ensuring the standard.
Actually, next meeting with Anna, I will discuss it.
So actually,
Jump system is to go for ISI level is mandatory. Only ISI mark production.
so this is something, very good outcome of the last SLC, wherein the ICTS had made procurement for processed cereal-based complementary foods. BIS was roped in as a member of the expert committee, and we had given our suggestions and we made submissions on the product which is under mandatory certification. Accordingly, a tender has been released quoting the Indian standards specifically for processed-based cereal weaning foods. And again, there is one more in the serial number 2. If you see, there is a product there which is for the age group of 2 to 6 years. We have an Indian standard specifically for this IS 7021. So this is what we would like to suggest through the standardization cell. There is an Indian standard and that could be quoted in the tender. Platform where we launch new products, new revisions, wide circulation drafts, and so far we have done about 19 Manak Mantras, and we make it a point that the relevant stakeholders and majority we see that the government departments are open. We are getting excellent support from the state government. You can see in so many cases, so many products we have called the Deputy Commissioner of Greater Chennai Corporation, Director of Tamil Nadu Tourism and Superintendent Engineer Public Works Department, the Reserve Bank of India, then FSSAI, and
I would only suggest that this meeting can help the officials to know about the importance of Indian standards. Individually, you can also have meeting with the departments concerned. For example, agriculture. Now they have a lot of materials which require standard quality. For example, drip irrigation they are doing, and agricultural machinery. The cooperation department, they are going to buy a lot of agricultural machinery. So individually, I feel that along with the ASC, SCF and CP can arrange a meeting. Just after our meeting, just sensitize the people to facilitate that product. If you are able to do that, we can ensure that these people become aware of the standards that are to be followed. Once the standards are followed, then it will. See, once the standards are followed, then automatically the process improves, and efficiency improves, effectiveness improves. They may not be doing also. Dripping, triple of water, not able to last long for a long time. Drip irrigation means a dripping irrigation.
So we are getting, we have had an interaction with the Tamil Nadu Women Development Corporation, sir. I told you, like, and major outcome was they requested for an Indian standard for idli mix and dosa mix.
Those are things you are finalizing.
So, yes, sir, that is, and next is now we have to encourage them for coming up for certification. Tested good ISI mark and we also have for this disinfecting fluids, and we have lot of schemes, the concessions for manufacturers, particularly for the women entrepreneurs. We have 50% of what is the marking fee they have to give, and for medium and micro scale also we have lot of concessions. The jewellery, as I was telling, it is mandatory. So this is the unique identity code, which is HUID, will be on each jewellery. There are 2 pairs of studs. Each pair will have 2 removable parts. So that has become mandatory from 1st April. So this is just for information. We started product recall also.
It's like almost like agri-marketing only. Mark, see, if you give the mark grading, that doesn't mean that once for all it is given. Frequently they will check it out.
Take the lead in facilitating other things, and as agreed for the other departments, industry secretary as suggested will be the nodal person. We will coordinate and then keep taking it forward. Whatever suggestions both you have given, and we will minute it and take forward it, sir. Thank you.
Dr. Velgurugan, one request is that in Anna University, for all the engineers, we should also have some awareness programs on these BAS and the standard products that they have to use in various departments. If it is done, they will carry that that feeling right from the graduation and implement it in the field. Anything less than BAS, they will reject, so that we will have good quality material in all infrastructure works as well as the others.
Yes, sir, as you mentioned, it is because a lot of awareness creations and one the kind of problem which I face, there are some cases like some the photovoltaic installation is newly coming. For the last 6 years I have been doing that work. So I am sure that all the departments who have installed this photovoltaic installation, in the technical specification in the tender it will be there as all the MNI whatever suggested IEC norms will be there. But actual implementation it is not there actually. So what happens, but because in the departments people are not there to committed enough to evaluate the standards. So 1 or 2 cases where the people are good and they have implemented with a lot of effort, there are people, 1 or 2 people to complain about the system. Then after implementation everything, 1 or 2 people will tell it is not as per the technical specification, and those people are under a lot of problems. This is happened in Anna University also. So it is, I am sure in none of the departments, wherever it is implemented, it is not as per the technical specification prescribed by the tender. But when people are not committed enough to evaluate this, so it requires a lot of exercise as you suggested. So even
it's a continuous process.
It's a continuous
process, and again, BAS gives ISI mark only to the persons, only to the materials and processes, not to the persons.
So what I request even with this also, it is.
No, you can have a training program organized in your own university with them.
Yes, sir.
That will facilitate a lot of things. First of all, let the professors get exposed to ISI marks and how it is being done, so that they can transmit it to the students also.
Now,
you can organize today seminar in your own workshop in your own university.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So you are the USP for the yes.
Thank you.